hunting for the Yamashita treasures for a living. Many individuals are really curious to know if hunting for the hidden Yamashita treasures can be a job that is good enough to make a living. The answer actually depends on the group that you intend to join. It's because every group of treasure hunters have their own rules and requirements before accepting any of their new members. Based on what I am aware, there are two types of Yamashita treasure hunting groups here in the Philippines. Perhaps we can call the first type of group as the laborers. Coming from the word labor, the treasure hunters working for the group are paid just like any other regular labor workers. The bosses are the financiers, where they handle all costs of the projects, and not just the salary of their diggers. So can you make a living hunting for the hidden Yamashita treasures? The answer would be yes, provided that you work on this type of particular group. However, when your boss or financier end up depleting his entire funds, then it means that you need to look for another job. What if you uncovered a certain Yamashita treasure? Since you are just working as an employed laborer, any Yamashita treasures that you will discover belongs entirely to the financier or your boss. In short, you won't be given any share with the recovered treasure. Let's proceed to the second type of group, which is composed of selected and trusted members only. All members of the group are carefully selected by the boss, leader, or financier of the crew. The financier is responsible for all the costs of their operation, but does not offer any amount of salary to all members. So if we are to go back to the first question, can you make a living hunting for the hidden Yamashita treasure? The answer on this kind of situation is no. Unless your group is lucky or quite good enough to recover a certain Yamashita treasure in your first or few projects. It's because, as a part of the group, you are entitled to have a percentage share with your recoveries. However, being able to recover a certain Yamashita treasure can take a lot of time, or years, especially to a group of amateur treasure hunters. If you are curious to know about my crew, we are composed of the second type of group. It's because everyone are aware that they will gain more profit by taking a share with the recovered Yamashita treasure, rather than by just getting paid for their labor. One member of my crew used to be a miner of a certain small-scale mining industry. He is actually one among the first and original member of my crew. But before he joined, he had one poor family struggling for their financial needs. So I told him that this might not be the place for him, since I do not pay my crew for their work. But instead, we can divide any of the treasure findings that we can discover, fair and equally. Interestingly, he still insisted to join and try his luck, since he wants to give better future for his children. He claimed that he won't be able to send his 5 children to college by just being a miner. So the only way according to him was to rely on his luck and God, since he is one God-fearing person. Besides, the only job he knows is to dig the ground, which is a pretty useful skill for a treasure hunter. Thus, I added him into my crew. Today, he got all of his children went to college, and completed their studies. He can actually retire now, working as a treasure hunter, but he ended up staying with us, since we became close friends. But what I really admire about him most is that he is already at the age of 60, which is considered as a senior citizen. And despite his age, he can still work like he is at the age of 30s. He can dig without getting any pain on his hips, break rocks, and etc. I am advising him to stop doing those kind of work, and let the younger crew members do it for us. So, he end up mentoring our young crew members, particularly on how to break huge rocks, hard concretes, timbering or support underground, and all other sorts of proper digging procedures. Moreover, you should not consider treasure hunting for the hidden Yamashita treasures as a living, especially when you are just starting out. So if you are a complete amateur, my best advice is to enhance your knowledge everything about the hidden Yamashita treasures, and if possible, try to gain a lot of actual experiences. Through the knowledge and experiences that you have acquired, finding a group that you can join would be easy. Or if you do have a budget, you can set up your own group composed of your own selected and trusted members, then finance your very own project. If it happens that you have finally recovered your very first Yamashita treasure, this will be your starting point, before you consider treasure hunting for a living. Although, some treasure hunters whom I known, had used their findings instead, on other different sources of living, particularly on businesses such as restaurants, groceries, apartments, and etc. Let's say that you still want to continue hunting for the hidden Yamashita treasure, despite your success on your first recovery, then you may want to organize your financial budget. Set up a budget to finance several of your future projects and perhaps buy some useful tools or equipments. You may actually want to consider buying one of those high-end metal detectors or scanners, because they also offer a huge help. Finally, the most important aspect that you must have, before you intend to consider treasure hunting for a living, is your passion. Right at this moment, ask yourself this question. Do you have the passion in hunting for the hidden Yamashita treasure? If you only join a group of treasure hunters for the sake of the fortune, or huge reward, then surely, you will not last long enough. You will definitely give up somewhere along the way, with the regret in mind that you are far better off spending your time and energy working on a regular job. But if you do have the passion, you have this kind of strong determination to succeed. No matter how many times you have failed, you will still continue and you are able to learn things a lot quicker, all because of your passion. So if this kind of passion is present in you, then you can consider treasure hunting as a serious type of job. Considering that you now have the passion, financial budgets, crew, equipments, tools, and all other aspects that we have covered on this video, then you can now go full-time hunting for hidden treasures as your main job. Did you enjoy watching my video? If yes, and if you are new to my channel, then you may want to subscribe, like this video, and hit the small notification bell icon. By subscribing and hitting the bell icon, you will receive alerts or notifications about my new published videos. If you want a reading material about treasure hunting, then you may want to visit my blogging website at treasurehunt.club. Thank you very much for watching, and happy treasure hunting.